So I found this game called Mini World Block Art. Basically, it's a Minecraft Chinese ripoff on Steam. And for some reason, people in China don't like this game, but we're going to take a look at it. Let's get started.
Big kiss for you.
So the game is free, which is nice because I'm broke. For some reason, the game was only 17 megabytes. I don't know if this was some kind of error or a mistake, but I've never seen a Steam game this small before. Somebody please tell Call of Duty to take notes. The game finally loaded up after like 10 minutes of waiting. I think they finally realized that 17 megabytes was not enough. I agreed to the terms of use. I don't think anyone has ever read through this. If you have, then you're lying. I had to come up with a name, so I decided to let the game choose for me. The developers of the game are low-key throwing shade at people like Self-Conscious Avery, Constructive Andrew, you know, like I finally found the perfect name, Conscientious Letitia or Letitia. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's perfect. The game had a really basic tutorial. It basically just taught you how to deal with 200 sensitivity, move around, break a crystal, and collect items. After the tutorial, you're basically on your own. So this is the main menu. They have single player, multiplayer, transformers, and this. I have no clue what this is. I hopped into single player and you can create a new world or download maps, which is pretty cool. They have your basic survival and creative mode. Also this dev mode, which just allows you to customize your game even more. So once you spawn in, you have your 200 sensitivity, an axe, pickaxe, torches, food, and armor. They basically give you everything, which is nice. But at the same time, I don't need to be treated like a baby. I'm a pro gamer. This game has a cash shop where you can buy different skins like transformers. I put on my armor the old-fashioned way because the game doesn't allow you to right-click it and put it on, but wow, I was looking fresh. I murdered a pig, lowered my sensitivity, which was still too high, so I lowered it even more. I watched this sheep trot around, I got bored, and then I killed the sheep, collected some wood, and crafted some fruit wood board, which is basically wooden planks. The crafting in this game is disgusting. Just throw the whole crafting system away at this point, man. There is nothing enjoyable about it. There's no patterns or recipes that you need to memorize or look up. You just click a button and you craft the item. It's the bare minimum. I had a quest and it was to make a wooden pickaxe. Why do I need to make another one when I already have one? I found some stone, but this game likes to call it rock. Yes, rock. I upgraded my tools to stone. I'm surprised that they didn't call it a rock pickaxe. You know, maybe name it after the mineral or something. You know, maybe try to keep it consistent or just don't call it rock in the first place. I also crafted a stick and a spear. The cool thing about this spear is that you can throw it and pick it up again. I killed a chicken, found a sleeping pig, spoke with this wandering traveler, saw his outrageous prices, and murdered him in cold blood and went to sleep. You know, it was a pretty productive day. The next day I decided to be even more productive, so I killed the sleeping pig, murdered a random pig, slaughtered another sleeping pig that was in a tree, crafted 2 boats, placed both of them, and set sail. 5 minutes later, like I'm not kidding you, I actually spent 5 minutes on the ocean and I didn't see shit. But 5 minutes later, I found land and I started to gather wood to build my mansion. Fun fact, the torch trick also works in this game. I found the perfect place to build my house, so I started to prepare the area. I wasn't quite sure how big I wanted to make my house, so I just started to place blocks and decide as I go. The game also has bees, so this is basically Minecraft 1.15. And I also picked up literal shit. After a couple minutes, I finally finished my masterpiece. Like, just take a look at this. I then decided that it was time to go mining. I finally found a cave, but I didn't have any coal, so I couldn't make any torches. So basically, I was stuck in the dark. There were these creatures that looked like barbarians or something, but they were throwing spears with precision. So I'm guessing that these were the equivalent to Minecraft skeletons because they were not missing a shot. Long story short, I basically got lost in the dark and I ended up killing myself and I quit. I got tired of single player, so I hopped into a multiplayer game. The first game I joined was Parkour de Invictor. I don't know if I even pronounced that right. There were 6 other players in here and this was a parkour course. The controls were really bad, like they were bad. You cannot parkour with these controls. They were like clunky and sloppy. They did not feel smooth at all, and apparently PvP was also enabled, so I just began harassing the other players. Okay, so I kept failing the parkour. It's not because I was bad or anything, come on now. It's because people were constantly in my way and the last jump wasn't even possible to make. Whoever made this parkour did an absolute shit job. The host finally realized what a shit show it was and closed the server. There was a lot of clones of other games in the multiplayer multiplayer lists like Five Nights at Freddy's, Granny, Dark Deception, and Siren Head. The next server I joined wasn't even in English, but I joined it anyway because it was parkour. Now, this server was way more polished and you can actually make the jumps, which was nice. I was on the server for about 2 minutes before the host decided to close it for whatever reason. The next server was absolutely terrible. It was probably on par with the first parkour server. It was basically PvP with your fists. The fact that my ping was so high meant that everyone was basically teleporting around, making everything so much harder. I managed to get a kill, but then I got my ass clapped due to ping related issues. It's not because I'm bad at PvP. The next server was interesting. I walked into this house and there was a lot of beds for some reason and a lot of rice cakes in a storage box. I stole all the rice cakes, proceeded to harass the players, and then she pulled out a diamond sword and murdered me. But I did not give up. I went back inside and continued to beat the players with my rice cakes, and then I died again. This time I did the same thing, but she literally pulled out an SMG and unloaded her clip into me. That was unnecessary. You didn't have to pull out the gat. Now I'm mad, so I went back again and proceeded to harass the players as usual. But this time she pulled out a sniper, but she missed, thank God. She began to panic and pulled out her diamond sword, but your boy was not playing around. Justice had to be served, and then I got banned from the server. So, mini world block art. The art style is nice and there's a lot of similarities with Minecraft. The biggest one is probably the way that the environment looks. Like, just take a look at it. Pretty similar. Overall, it's a decent game. You know, it's not that bad, but it could be more polished because the movement and some actions are not smooth. If you're looking for a free-to-play alternative to Minecraft, then I guess this works. The multiplayer isn't the best though, so you won't be getting a high pixel experience, that's for sure. But for single player, it's alright. If you made it to the end of the video, you are a legend. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, then make sure to drop a like, and if you didn't enjoy the video, then leave a dislike and maybe tell me why in the comments down below. But I will see you in my next video.
Niggas never making moves when they hitting dog, and I'll run through your bitch like we track stars. Never switched on the bros for the dream, only switched on these hoes just to give it to the team. Hey, so many ops like I'm Pac in this prime time. Wild child, why you niggas on the sidelines? Some of these hoes gotta get their mind right, but I never let a bitch try to fuck with my grind. You feeling sick when your click hang